here for
Audio test. Audio test.
Good morning, everyone who's attending the Board of Public Works meeting today, Wednesday, April 17th, who is joining us here in the hearing room. If there's any members of the public or anyone who would like to speak on any of our items on our agenda today, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room on the table, hand it to me, and I will record your information. Good morning as well to our attendees joining us via the virtual platform. If there's anyone joining us on Zoom who would like to offer commentary on any of our items this morning or public comment, please press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute. I'll record your information for the record, and we will call on you when your item is heard. And seeing no hands raised and no speaker cards being filled out or submitted, we should get started with our meeting momentarily. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put us into record mode. And we are now in record mode, President Garcia.
Thank you for that, Mr. Knight. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Mr. Knight?
Yes, good morning, Madam President. TJ Knight, Acting Executive Officer, taking role in establishing quorum. President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corson, and Commissioner Reyes are present. We are also joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. Once again, I'm Acting Executive Officer TJ Knight. President Garcia, we have no speaker cards under public comment, no neighborhood council commentary, and no speaker cards under any of our items this morning. And we do have a request on the desk to continue the following items to April 24th. Items 2, 3, 6 through 14, and 19 are requested to all be continued to April 24th.
Just for everybody's confirmation, 6 through 19,
No,
6 through 14
Yes.
are continued. And do we have a date for those?
Yes, we do. April 24th,
April 24th.
next Wednesday.
So if anybody's here for items 6 through 19, those are continued to, I'm sorry, 6 through 14 through April 24.
And items 2, 3, and 19 as well.
2, 3, and 19 as well. Okay. Give me a second. I need to make that note. Okay, given that we do not have any public comment's now officially closed. Moving on to the approval of the minutes for Wednesday, March 27, 2024. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item? Thank you, VP Villegas. Mr. Knight, there's a first by me and a second by Vice President Villegas to approve the minutes of Wednesday, March 27, 2024.
Very good. We will take a roll call vote on approval of minutes, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and approval of minutes is unanimous.
Very well. Thank you for that. Okay. Just making my notes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our meeting here in a nice, very nice day of April. And we have a very special presentation today. We have a retirement certificate presentation. But before I get to that, I do have to do one business before we do the fun part, which is take bids in. This is agenda item number 1. Bids received at 10 a.m. Bids will be received at 10 a.m. for the following public works project. Warner Grand Theater, work order E1908215 for an estimate amount of $16,610,000 in Council District 15. And Mr. Knight, we have our bids here ready. Okay, Ms. Castro,
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you, President Garcia. We're joined by Jessica Castro of the Board Secretariat staff, and we'll go ahead and commence to open bids at this time. And we have 2 bids received on today's bid opening. And the first bid is from Nationwide Contracting Services Incorporated, DBA Nationwide General Construction Services. Total bid amount, $19,967,500. $19,967,500. Thank you, Jessica. And the second bid is from 2H Construction Incorporated. 2H Construction Incorporated's total bid amount is $17,997,000, $17,997,000. And that concludes today's bid opening.
Thank you for that, Mr. Knight and Ms. Castro. Colleagues, if there are no objections, is there a motion on the table to approve item number 1?
So moved.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Is there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Mr. Knight, there's a first by Vice President Villegas and a second by Commissioner Reyes to approve and adopt item number 1.
Yes, we'll take a roll call vote on bids received, open, and declared forthwith for item number 1, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is approved.
Very well, thank you for that. All right, colleagues, turning it over to our fun but also sad times. It's really hard when we have folks retiring, but we also enjoy the retirement celebrations because we get to hear all the great things that our individuals have contributed to the city. But it's also a sad time because we have folks with very long institutional knowledge and long careers that they share amongst a whole lot of their city family. And so it's always sad to see folks go into retirement. I always feel like we're never going to see them again. But I know that, you know, they've worked themselves into that and they're probably very happy to do that. But here, us that stay behind, all of us stay behind, we always feel like this notion of sadness because we lose somebody that we see every day, even though we know that they're out there having a good time, being able to do what they want to do at every day. Not that we don't, because we love what we do here, but it's a different feeling when you put in so many years of your time. And so today we have a very special celebration by the Bureau of Street Lighting. The Bureau of Street Lighting will be recognizing 2 of their street lighting engineers, Mary Jane Meir and Sandy Trong, who today will be retiring. So before I move that forward, I want to bring up the Bureau of Street Lighting. I want to, Megan, will you be leading this presentation? Oh, Fabian will be leading today's presentation. And then please bring the retirees up to the front as you speak to them, speak about them. And then I hope to hear all the great things that they've contributed to the Bureau of Street Lighting. So with that, I am going to turn this over to you, Fabian. Certificates are on the way to you, and let's hear the good and sad news all at the same time.
Thank you, Madam President. Fabian Chang, Assistant Director for the Bureau of Street Lighting. Good morning, Commissioners, City Attorney, Executive Officer. We are here today to recognize and celebrate a wonderful career of 2 great women engineers in the Bureau of Street Lighting. I want to invite to the podium Mary Jane Meir and Sandy Trong. Welcome. Good morning. I want to start by saying that collectively, these 2 women have over 66 years of experience, all in the Bureau of Street Lighting. They have followed similar path in our organization, starting as engineering associates, promoting to supervisors, and ended up being division managers for the Bureau of Street Lighting. They offer, great knowledge. They have worked throughout the years with adversities of riots, earthquakes, fires, but still they're here providing their expertise, their mentorship to the new engineers as they come into the Bureau of Street Lighting. I do want to recognize that, throughout the years, they have had a positive impact not only the Bureau of Street Lighting, but for the citizens and constituents of the city. They have worked in hundreds of projects throughout the years that not only benefit the city and provide lighting, but also have direct impact on the constituents that benefit from that lighting. Whether it's lighting for transportation projects, bus stop security lighting, CDBG projects and grant projects, and also the Sixth Street Bridge. These are real projects that, throughout the years, their work really has made the street lighting work, the street lighting network, and the Bureau of Street Lighting what it is today. All these numerous projects really, bring a lot of, I think, a lot of joy and safety to our neighborhoods. So for that, I do want to thank you. I do appreciate all your hard work. Again, also, personally, I've worked with both of them in my years in the Bureau of Street Lighting, and I can say that they're not only, technically savvy, but also, have this element that they're always here to help, help me, help the new engineers into making sure that, the work gets done and as accurately and as efficiently as possible. With the new engineers coming in, I do see that, they do share, they want to share the knowledge that they've acquired throughout the years. And I appreciate that. And I'm sure the new engineers and our colleagues that are here today in the chambers, appreciate that because it's not easy. It's a long career, but it's been a successful career for both of them. It's sad, as you mentioned, that they're going to retire because it's going to be very hard to replace them, right? Not only because, they're great women engineers, but also because of the situation where we're in, the fiscal challenges. But, it's unusual to have, women in leadership, and we want to continue to foster that. But in that sense, it is a loss for us because, they're great employees and great engineers and I've seen them grow and prosper in everything that they do. So with that, welcome and thank you. Thank you for your service on these 34 years and 32 years in the city of LA, all in street lighting, which is a great feat, right? They've been here since the beginning. And again, I welcome you and appreciate everything that you've done and this legacy that you leave. It will have a good impact, on the work that we continue to do, and everybody that has worked with you, throughout the years. So thank you for that. And I will present a couple of certificates. Mary Jane Muir, recognition of your 34 years of employment in the city of Los Angeles. The Borough of Public Works honors you, street lighting engineer in the Bureau of Street Lighting, and congratulates you on your 34 years of distinguished service and achievement of public service. Your professionalism and dedication to the board and the citizens of the city of Los Angeles is to be commended. With best wishes for your future health, prosperity, and happiness. Congratulations. Thank you. And equally impressive, recognition of her 32 years in the city of Los Angeles, Bureau of Street Lighting. The board wants to recognize you on your 32 years of distinguished service and achievement in public service. Again, professionalism and dedication, not only to the citizens, but also, to the Bureau, your elected officials, and the Board of Public Works, is greatly appreciated. Again, best wishes in future health, prosperity, and happiness. Thank you, Sandy. Congratulations. Great.
Fabian,
Thank you.
if they want, Sandy or and Mary Jane, if they want to say a few words.
Yeah. Before that, I know
Yeah.
we have some people here,
Oh, good.
some colleagues. So if anybody wants to say anything, now's the time. I know you worked with them in some sort of capacity over the years. So anybody? Come on, somebody? No? Okay, that's fine. So please, Mary Jane.
Well, this has been 34 wonderful years, and I wanted to thank the city and the commissioners here. 34 years ago, the city took a chance on me. 3 years before ADA was a federal law, they took a chance on me, and I was able to spend 34 wonderful years in a career that I loved. Not only did they take a chance on me, but the first job that they gave me was construction. So I was out in the field for the first 6-7 years of my career, actively looking outside, seeing the entire city and the beauty of it. So with that, I wanted to thank you for that and the continued work that is going to be happening with what you guys do with your projects to allow accessibility for women and people of disabilities. Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, Mary Jane. And next, Sandy Trong.
I think we need a professional engineer to help us with that.
You don't need a cable management. There you go.
Thank you, Vivian, for a very nice praise. I wasn't prepared for the speech, but anyway, I'm very grateful and thank you for the Bureau of Street Lighting as well as the City of Los Angeles has provided me a great career and give me an opportunity to serve the citizen of Los Angeles. So, and I have a good time. A great experience working for the city and appreciate on the accommodation and on the support that I can get to get all my job done. And I'm thinking for executive team at BSL has provide me a great opportunity to work and to support them. So we can bring out the best of the Bureau of Street Lighting. And I would like to thank you, my parents, my sister here, Tanya Chong, and my son that I have one that on my family has supporting me for my long career here. So I'm very grateful and get ready for my retirement.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to both Mary Jane and Sandy Trong and to the family members that are here. Mary Jane, I don't know who, the gentleman's over there, but you're like a superstar to him. And so I'm glad that you have your support system as well. And also to Sandy and your family, thank you. You get to now really go back and just really, work the rest of your life with your family members now, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. One of the things, and I'm going to go in order, I'll go myself, Vice President Villegas, Dr. Davis, Commissioner Reyes, and we're going to end with Commissioner Corson since he's the Bureau Liaison to Street Lighting. But I just want to say, one, congratulations to your very, very well-deserved retirement. But two, I want to recognize that you are both women engineers, and you were both women engineers back 34 years ago, 33 years ago, where this profession wasn't so open to women. And women with a disability, even so. So you were both part of that trailblazing work and profession that women engineers are now following. And so I just want to say that 34 years ago, you guys made history here at the city. And I want to take that with you because that's a big deal. And I hope that you can look on to either write a book, I always say that because, there's a lot of young women engineers that are looking to continue in this field and grow and have to manage the different challenges that a woman has to meet every day and still deliver a profession like engineering. So I just want to say congratulations to you both, but also congratulations to the Bureau of Street Lighting that they were able to not only keep you in their bureau, but keep you engaged, keep your profession going, and really make your career as fruitful as you both are. And I always say this, how do you know if you were successful? Well, I could see it in both of your demeanor right now. You are both happy, and just happy that you gave so much, but also happy that you're moving on to the next part of your life. And so I just want to say, I feel like at least for us here, the Bureau of Street Lighting was a good and perfect complement to your career and to your development. And with that, I say congratulations. Enjoy your next part of your life. And it's sad to see you go, really, because you are a role model to a lot of women engineers that are starting in this field. But your spirit will live on, and I'm sure Fabian and Megan and Miguel and Victor will not let Mary Jane's attitude of making sure that this disability is in the forefront as we build infrastructure. So I hope that you embedded on everybody else, Mary Jane. But congratulations to you both. Street lighting is a very important part of what we do here at Public Works. You don't know that you need your lighting until it's not there. And then it's like, oh, this is not. But lighting to us is safety, and you did that to many, many folks. And, the last thing I will always say is that a street lighting feel proud is when you're coming in the airplane and you're, about to land here at LAX, the first thing we all see and everybody gets very, impressed by is the lights that we see. And that's the public lights that we have out there. So thank you for contributing to our majestic city of Los Angeles. You are all very well deserved on your retirement. Thank you. With that, I will pass this over to Vice President Villegas and then Dr. Davis and Commissioner Reyes.
Beautiful words by President Garcia. Thank you again.
Dr. Davis?
I would also join my colleagues in congratulating you both. When you present here today, after 30 years of service or more, I can't forget to kind of contemplate the value of who you are as a professional. You're an engineer. And we often, those of us who are not engineers, want to know, well, what is it, in fact, generally, that engineers do? And I have concluded that you help to solve problems, that you also create solutions in the process of the work that you do. And sometimes the solutions that you create are not necessarily solutions, but are new ideas that we have yet to confront that help to advance benefits to our society, things that we haven't thought of. And your work in that regard becomes transformational. You take us to places that we never imagined we could go. And so when I look at the diversity that you bring to Los Angeles as well, it is still a male-dominated profession of engineering throughout this country in general and in Los Angeles here in particular. And the fact that you bring not only the fact of gender, which is what we aspire to have more diversity in the engineering culture, the disability factor is also critically important. And I am very appreciative of both of your presence in our engineering culture here in the nation's second largest city. And so congratulations to all of the work, all of the years, all of the dedications that you have committed to us. I think that perhaps maybe you guys are, you women are electrical engineers. And so thank you so very much for your service and for helping to improve the quality of lighting in the nation's largest city. And as our president has said, you know, when we fly in to Los Angeles, particularly at night, there's not a greater pride we have than to see the dynamic and the great lighting that is Los Angeles. So again, congratulations. Thank you for bringing the diversity. Thank you for demonstrating the inclusion that we've attempted to implement in the city of Los Angeles. And we hope that the legacy that you have set and the trail that you have blazed will be continued. In other words, we hope that the engineers that follow you will also be women as well as we continue to do our work. Thank you, congratulations, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. Thank you.
Commissioner Reyes?
Echoing what my colleagues have already said, congratulations, and I deeply appreciate your work and your dedication, and specifically your passion. You would not have stayed all these years if you are not passionate about the work environment that you are in, and about the sense of inclusion and belonging that your city family has offered you and will continue to offer you even if you're retired. Thank you for your trailblazing efforts as women engineers. Thank you for the innovative solutions that you have deployed and executed, making for successful accomplishments with the Bureau of Street Lighting, a very important service that we provide to 4 million residents of the city of Los Angeles. And so it is, you know, with like sadness, right, that we bid you farewell, but it is also with a lot of happiness that you have now reached the next chapter of your lives, that you will be entering and enjoying and relaxing, hopefully no more stress, and really being a retiree in essence. But I would just like to see that you continue giving back with the graces and the blessings that you have received here, that you continue giving back to the community as well. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and really appreciate all the work that you have done. And onward, let's enjoy that retirement chapter. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. And Commissioner Corson?
Thank you. Congratulations. 30 plus years, 3 decades. A lot has happened in these 3 decades. If I'm not mistaken, you joined before Proposition 218. So you have been a part of the evolution of streetlights, from what it was before of being able just to fix lights and put up lights to being hamstrung with revenue sources, tackling smart cities, and now Wi-Fi. There's so much you've been a part of, and I hope when you sit back and you look back at your careers, just what you've been a part of from day one when you started, and what it's really meant for the city and for all of us, for me or for any one of us who's walking around, driving around, and being able to access a Wi-Fi point, all goes back to your years of service to this city and our stakeholders. And on top of that, as I've come to learn in these last 2 years, institutional knowledge really matters. And having people who are willing and being committed to staying with one bureau, not running away to DWP or another agency, it means a lot. And sometimes we don't acknowledge it because really we don't have the private sector resources say, here's a bonus. Thank you for staying and helping us, grow our knowledge base. But you've really been a part of that just by sticking with one bureau for so long. I appreciate your service. I hope your family appreciates your service to the city. I know it can't be easy to be in these jobs, and I imagine there are some long days and long drives and weekends that consume you mentally of what you need to do in the upcoming week, and your family probably bear the brunt of it. But now, as President Garcia said, they get to have you back, and you get to enjoy that time, and hopefully with some great reflection of the great work you've done. And thank you again for your service. And thank you, Fabian, Megan, Ruben, and the entire BSL team for taking the time to let us celebrate you and acknowledge your success in your careers. Thank you.
And I just want, lastly, we have a special guest that wants to speak before we close today's presentation. So if we can turn over to Assad Al-Najir, who's joining us via the Zoom platform. Oh, two. Okay, two special guests.
Good morning, Madam President. Good morning, commissioners. Unfortunately, I couldn't come in person. I'm representing the Bureau at the National Public Works Convention in Carson City. Today, like Fabian stated, is a sad and a happy day. Sad for the loss of great two women engineers that I had the pleasure of working very close with them, and happy for them. They took this step I'm still afraid to do. Mary Jane and I started the same day back in August '89, and we have worked on so many multiple projects. It was a pleasure to learn a lot from her and work closely with her. And also a special thanks goes to her when my division, the transit division, was in a mess. She took over the Caltrans program for the past 2 years to, get streamlined the projects. Same goes to Sandy. Sandy, you've been great help. And I worked with Sandy on multiple projects. Also, I had the pleasure last year to be working with her on the grant fund when I was an acting senior. And she managed in short time to streamline a lot of the project. The Bureau is going to be always in debt for their contributions. And I wish them all the best. And hopefully they continue to visit us. Ladies, it's been great working with you. And all the best. Thank you.
We even got a shout out from, where are you, Kansas City, you said? Oh, Carson.
Carson City.
Carson,
City,
okay.
just south of
Fine,
LAX,
not-
around
okay.
the corner.
No, Carson City here, right? Just like a
Yes,
couple
yes.
minutes ago. A couple minutes
South
ago.
of LAX, exactly.
All right, Carson City here. Okay, I thought Kansas for some reason. Well, anyways, thank you for taking your time and making sure that Mary Jane and Sandy heard from you before they go on their merry way and celebrate their very well-deserved retirement. So with that, all that said, I just want to again say congratulations. Thank you, Megan, Fabian, and folks that brought this forward. We appreciate it. Congratulations. And before you guys go, we're going to take a quick picture with you in the back, because I think we have some good folks here that are joining us. And then you get to start your retirement. I'm like, I guess that should be a cheering moment, right? All right, colleagues, if we can take 5 minutes and take pictures with our colleagues as they retire. Anybody's joining us via the social platforms is going to be about 5 minutes until we are right back. Yeah, I think we're going to go up to the front. Okay. Yeah, to the front. And I'm going to go more in thorough right now, Raul, and I'll bring you up so that you can do the official presentation. But I just want to recognize the group that you see back here. Just so that you know, I know you guys are just starting your careers with the city. They are just ending their careers with the city. Just we'll put it all into context when you guys come up. So that, colleagues, if we can join our retirees in the back. All right, folks, we're gonna get us back to our agenda for today. Thank you for the Bureau street lighting. It's always an honor to have our bureaus here recognizing their employees. So with that, I also want to turn our attention to the folks that are sitting here behind us. This is the new team at the Bureau of Contract Administration. Congratulations to all of you and welcome. Welcome to the City of Los Angeles. Welcome to the Board of Public Works. Welcome to the Public Works Department, to the best department in the city. You will get to know that. So I just want to say, as you see today, we were recognizing folks that have been with the city for more than 34 years. That's probably, a lifetime to some folks. And so just something to recognize, right? And something to look forward to that we do. This can be a long life career for you, and this can be a long life career that you leave behind with a legacy for you and your family. You do so many great things here at the Department of Public Works. As you heard, people got to work on Caltrans projects, 6th Street Bridge projects. I mean, we can go on and on and on about all the different projects that the bureaus and the department here really do. But you are now part of a very good team at the Bureau of Contract Administration, and I have no doubt that Raul at the helm of that and John Reamer are just going to be the best supervisors for you all. Commissioners, welcome the new team at the Bureau of Contract Administration. They made it right before the cutoff. Yay to us. And I just want to say that they are part of the Office Wage and Compliance team, right, Raul, at the Bureau of Contract Administration. And I don't know what you all did, what your journey was to here, to get you here, but appreciate all of that. And thank you for taking the time to looking at the city as a career option for you. Again, we don't want you to go anywhere outside of Public Works, but the city does offer an array of mobility and an array of mobility up is what I'm saying. And so take that, learn from your partners, work with one another, work as a team. That's what we're looking for here. And just really execute to the best that you can. And that's the best advice that we can give you for now is execute, do the best that you can while you're in these positions. And they're really great positions. You're going to do a lot of great things, team. So I don't know how long you've been with the city already. I think months, you said, right, Raul? A few months, not 34 years yet, but once you know it, it's gonna be around that time. So just take care of yourselves as well. This can be a very good and also very demanding job at the same time. Colleagues, anybody want to say anything to our welcoming class? Welcoming class, they're not a class anymore. To our welcoming cohort of the Office and Wage Compliance from the Bureau of Contract Administration. Dr. I'll do VP, and then Dr. Davis, I'll end up with you.
Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to welcome you all to our city family. I've been at the City of Los Angeles for a little over 4 years now, and I have learned you will hear the word city family a lot. It means a lot also. I take it to heart because we noodle on a lot of difficult issues. And it's good to be able to agree and then sometimes disagree and then be back again and agree. So sometimes, and that's what families do, right? We sometimes agree, we sometimes disagree, but we're all in the same, city family, and we still need to continue working together. And so it's important for us to be able to just, to share and to be able to really figure out difficult issues and listen, right, to all other, thoughts and ideas. And I think that's a learning, lesson for me, just being here, that everyone would always say city family, but now I just take it to heart. And I really feel that it's important for us to really be able to work together collectively, whether we agree to disagree or whether we're on the same page. It's always really good because we're all all in it for the long haul. Congratulations. You deserve to be here. Your path here is just starting. And as President Garcia was saying, we don't want you to leave or go anywhere else, but there's definitely a lot of mobility within the city of Los Angeles, regardless of what the LA Times sometimes writes, if we have budget cuts or if we have budget deficits. Those are all cyclical. They come in waves, and things always get better. Like I tell my kids, the sun always shines tomorrow. So there's always a path for growth at the city of Los Angeles. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Davis? Okay.
Apologize for that. I want to say congratulations to all of you. You'll be working with each member of the Board of Public Works, but you definitely will be working with me as I serve as the liaison. Each of us serve as a liaison to the various bureaus, but all of us work with all of the bureaus. So you'll see all of us and you'll see me quite often. But I wanted to congratulate you for more than one reason. Not only that you got the job, but you got in before the freeze. So if you know what that means in terms of budgets and organizations, that is something to celebrate. But welcome to the great Department of Public Works. In the Bureau of Contract Administration, I always say it's the bureau where we inspect what we expect from those that work with us. In other words, the contractors and the other vendors with whom you have jurisdiction and responsibility to oversee, to make sure that they do what they say that they're going to do, most of which often is in contracts on paper. So again, congratulations, and let's get to work. Thank you.
Commissioner Reyes?
I also want to welcome all of you to our city family, and I know that you will enjoy it here, and we hopefully hope that you will thrive in your work environment. And that we in the city family, especially the city leaders, aspire to create that environment where every individual feels valued, respected, and empowered. That you can contribute your unique perspectives and talents to the city, and that your diverse voices are heard and decisions are made, with your collective group and well-being in mind. This is the family that you now belong to, and we would like to see that you are given the resources in order to thrive, in order to develop, in order to grow. So there's a lot of our city family here. About how many employees do we have? 32,000 employees for the city.
Oh, the city.
Like 32,000.
I think more than that. Yeah, we have about
yeah.
6,000 in Public
And
Works.
here at our department, we have our 6,000 employees. So feel at home. Make sure that you are given the resources, be empowered to do the work that you're doing. You are now dedicated public servants working for our 4 million residents for the city of Los Angeles. And that's a notable job to have. I myself worked here in the city for like 34 years and still working as a commissioner right now in a different role. But the city family is really something that we can call our second home. So welcome everyone, and we hope to bump into each other one of these days and chat and just make sure that you guys are all doing well job-wise and with your families. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. And Commissioner Corson?
Thank you. Congratulations for coming on board. Inspector Reamer and Raul have heard me say this many times before. BCA plays a very critical role in our city, especially in the years to come as we've been undertaking wage theft, prevailing wage, jobs programs, and certifications from different city agencies like the airport. What you're going to be doing really matters to the everyday worker in protecting them. And that's what's really key about your role. And I am so glad that we're bringing on so many people to tackle this important issue, because we are a big city with a lot of vendors and a lot of people who may sometimes fall victim to abusive practices. And you're going to be there to fight for them and protect them. So thank you for taking on that challenge.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson. So with that said, I know this is part of your orientation. We, the Board of Public Works, have been in existence since 1872. Just a slight fun fact. And so a lot of the times you will come and present it to us at some point. And, you know, Raul and the Bureau of Contract Administration have a whole protocol for that. And so, but we do have a lot of folks that do come. So I look forward to your presentation when you come here and present to us as well. And then we are the second largest department in the city. We are more than 6,000 members at the Board of Public Works. You are part of one bureau out of 5 bureaus and 10 offices that we oversee here. It's a huge just family in Public Works, but we do service the second largest city in the nation. The city of Los Angeles is considered the second largest city in the entire country. So you're doing work for an immense amount of people at one single time. So I just want to make sure that you all know that. All right, so with that said, we will leave you guys on your way so that Raul can continue his orientation with all of you. Thank you, Raul, for bringing the employees here. It's a really honored that you were able to bring them to our board. Of course, and I'll talk to you later. All right, thank you, everyone. All right, colleagues, moving on to our items of today's business. We do have a hard stop at 1 o'clock. Actually before 1 o'clock, because they are going to use our room for Budget and Finance Committee this afternoon. So we have to be out. Did you guys already see was it GSD? Was that GSD that came in?
It was Council Audio.
Council Audio already looking. Okay, so let's move on, because Patrick Smith's been here very patiently, and we have a lot of his items on deck, which he did not let us continue.
3 items. Thank
Three
you.
items for Mr. So we have item 4, right? That's the one I start with you?
Yes.
4, okay. Colleagues, item 2 and 3 has been continued to April 24th. Item number 4, we will take up now. This is a request in Council District 4 for a revised construction budget and revised construction order to Mike Pirich and Sons, Inc., recommending the board to, 1, authorize a revised construction budget of $1,065,200, including contingency for the Mulholland Drive between Beaumont Drive and Skyline Drive Emergency Bulkhead Sites 3 and 4 project. And 2, authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute the revised construction order to Mike Pirich and Sons, Inc., after the approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney. And this morning, we have Mr. Smith here. Welcome.
Thank you, President Garcia. Patrick Schmidt, Bureau of Engineering, Geotechnical Engineering Division. As President Garcia just said, this is the board reports to revise the construction budget and issue revised construction order to Mike Pirich and Sons for the Mulholland Drive. This is between Beaumont Drive and Skyline Drive. This is sites 3 and 4. There were 4 sites that were identified during the storm damage in this stretch of road. As you know, the BOE administers the emergency pre-qualified on-call geotechnical structural contractors list to provide emergency and urgent necessity services for public works projects. On December 13th, 2023, the board approved the 2024 through 2029 emergency pre-qualified on list of 6 qualified contractors and authorized the city engineer to transmit and execute contracts agreements with these firms. Contracts were executed on January 3rd, 2024, have a term of 5 years, and will expire on January 2nd of 2029. On February 5th, 2024, a portion of Mulholland Drive between Beaumont Drive and Skyline Drive suffered significant storm damage at 4 locations, referred to as sites 1, 2, 3, and 4. This board report is for sites 3 and 4, and the following board report I'll present is for sites 1 and 2. At sites 3 and 4, there were 2 washouts of the road, one approximately 24 feet in length and the second one 20 feet in length. During the week of February 5th, 2024, the Bureau of Engineering Geotechnical Engineering Division assessed the damage at these locations and completed an emergency design for the repair of the damage. On February 11th, 2024, the Board Liaison Commission was informed of the damage and approved an initial construction order of $500,000 for sites 3 and 4. The initial estimated total construction budget for sites 3 and 4 was $1,733,000, including contingency. On February 12th, 2024, the Geotechnical Engineering Division contacted the contractor at the top of the list, Mike Perlich and Sons, further referred to as Perlich in this report, to offer the emergency repair work at sites 3 and 4. Perlich accepted the emergency work, and a time and materials construction order was issued on February 12th with a not to exceed amount of $500,000. A notice to proceed was issued on February 15th, 2024, and the contractor immediately mobilized to remove debris, install erosion control measures, and initiate the procurement of materials for the repair. The project consists of the construction of 2 new bulkheads to restore lateral support to the existing roadway. Each bulkhead will be approximately 32 feet in length, and the bulkhead at Site 3 will have a maximum height of about 15 feet, and the bulkhead at Site 4 a maximum height of 7.5 feet. A repair at both sites also includes the removal of damaged sections of asphalt pavement, placement of backfill behind the new bulkheads, placement of new asphalt pavement, an asphalt berm, and metal beam guardrail. On February 27, 2024, Perlich submitted a proposed lump sum cost estimate of $852,160. This total includes all work performed under the time and materials construction order that was issued on February 12, 2024. The BOE reviewed the proposal and found the cost reasonable considering the emergency nature of the work and the expedited construction schedule. And due to the rapidly changing site conditions and the emergency nature of the work, it was noted that the final cost may vary from the lump sum, the agreed upon lump sum amount. Changes to the lump sum price will be negotiated with the contractor per the standard change order procedures. Staff recommends that the board execute a revised construction order for the project with Perlich in the amount of $852,160 with a not to exceed limit of $1,065,200, including contingency. Funding for the project in the amount of $1,065,200 is available in the SB1 Road Maintenance Rehabilitation Program Special Fund, Fund 59V, Department 50, Appropriation Unit 50, YZBN. That concludes my presentation of this board report. I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. That was a very thorough report. I have a quick question. Was this something that happened during any of our storm-related events? Was this a cause for any of those storm-related events that caused this situation to happen?
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding.
I just want to know if this situation that we are dealing with right now, was that caused because of the storm events that we had this year?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, the weekend, I believe the storm of that weekend started on February 4th, so it was directly related to that storm.
Got it. Okay. All right, so we're still fixing some of those situations from the first storm, the second storm.
Yeah, I don't remember all the storms.
I know.
But,
There was quite a few this
there
year.
was a significant storm that started February 4th.
Okay, got it. All right, colleagues, any questions on this item?
In terms of the completion of the construction, the work, how long do we anticipate the completion to be?
Sites 3 and 4 should be completed within about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very well. Given that there aren't any questions, any objections, hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 4 forward and forthwith? Thank you, VP. Thank you, Dr. Davis. Mr. Knight, there's a first by Vice President Villegas and a second by Dr. Davis to move item number 4 forward and forthwith.
Very well. We will take a roll call vote, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas. President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 4 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you so much for that. All right, moving on to item number 5. This is also in Council District 4 for a revised construction budget and revised construction order, Jilk Heavy Construction, Inc., recommending the board to authorize a revised construction budget of $3,880,094, including contingency for the Mulholland Drive between Beaumont Drive and Skyline Drive emergency bulkhead sites 1 and 2 project. Okay, that's the difference, right?
Correct.
And to authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute the revised construction order to Jilk Heavy Construction, Inc. after approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney. Mr. Smith?
Yeah, thank you again, President Garcia. Just like the previous report, this project was awarded. We went to the top of the list of our emergency on-call list for the 2024 emergency pre-qualified on-call list of 6 contractors. Again, these contracts were executed on January 3rd, 2024, have a term of 5 years and will expire on January 2nd, 2029. Again, this is from the February 4th and 5th storm, the portion of Mulholland Drive between Beaumont and Skyline Drive. There were 4 locations that were impacted. The previous board report for sites 3 and 4. This board report is for sites 1 and 2. At Site 1, approximately 75 linear feet of the roadway was severely undermined, and at Site 2, approximately 45 feet of the roadway was undermined. In addition, at Site 2, there was a storm damaged structure that was undermined and damaged. Again, during the week of February 5th, 2024, the Geotechnical Engineering Division assessed the damage and completed an emergency design for the repair of the damage. On February 11th, again, on 2024, which was actually a Sunday, thank you, Commissioner Vegas, for being available over the weekend. The board liaison commissioner was informed of the damage and approved the initial construction budget of $500,000 for Site 1 and 2. The estimated total construction cost for Sites 1 and 2 was $4,854,000, including contingency. On February 12, 2024, the Geotechnical Engineering Division contacted the contractor at the top of the list, Jilk Heavy Construction, from here on referred to as Jilk, to offer the emergency work to repair Sites 1 and 2. Jilk accepted the work on a time and materials construction was awarded on February 12, 2024, not to exceed amount of $500,000. A notice to proceed was issued to Jilk on February 14, 2024, and the contractor immediately mobilized to remove debris, install erosion control measures, and initiate procurement of construction materials for the repair. This project consists of the construction of 2 new bulkheads to restore lateral support to the roadway. The new bulkhead at Site 1 will be approximately 112 feet in length, maximum height of 15 feet, and the bulkhead at Site 2 will be 106 feet in length. We'll also have a maximum height of about 15 feet. Repairs at both sites also includes a removal of damaged sections of asphalt, replacement of asphalt pavement, replacement and placement of backfill behind the bulkheads, installation of an asphalt berm and metal beam guardrail. In addition, at Site 2, the work includes the installation of a new storm drainage system consisting of a catch basin, a pipe, and an outlet structure. On March 20, 2024, Jilk submitted a proposed lump sum cost estimate of $3,104,075. This total includes all work performed under the time and materials construction order that was issued on February 12, 2024. Again, the BOE reviewed the proposal and found the cost reasonable considering the emergency nature of the work and the expedited construction schedule. Due to the rapidly changing site conditions and the emergency nature of the project, it is noted that the final costs may vary from the lump sum agreed upon price. Changes to the lump sum price will be negotiated with the contractor per the standard change order procedures. Staff recommends that the board execute a revised construction order for the project with Jilk in the amount of $3,104,075 with a not to exceed limit of $3,880,094, including contingency. Funding for this project in the amount of $3,880,094 is available in the SB1 Road Maintenance Rehabilitation Program Special Fund, Fund 59V, Department 50, Appropriation Unit 50 YZBM. Includes my presentation of the board report. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. And just to kind of put it all together, this is all in the same area, correct?
Correct. Between Beaumont and Skyline Drives.
And is there a reason why it's sites 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 is just different sections?
Correct.
Okay.
We just arbitrarily numbered them from left to right on the map view.
Sorry, I made the other way. Okay, got it. Any questions, colleagues?
Yeah.
Dr. Davis?
Yeah, so good that we have divided the work among construction companies, and hopefully as we do that, we know that we will be able to hopefully get it complete around the same time. You told us it'll be 2 weeks for the other one. How many weeks for this one?
This one's taking a little bit longer. This one actually at site number 2, we did suffer additional storm damage during subsequent storms. So we had to revise the design a bit and do additional work out there. So this one we're expecting to be completed. We're still trying to get everything completed before the end of May.
End of May for this one. So there was much heavy damage, much more heavy damage, obviously,
Yes.
on 1 and 2 than on 3 and 4. Okay.
These two bulkheads are much longer than sites 3 and 4. The damage of these two, just for whatever reason, was much more significant.
Got it. Thank you so much for that information.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I imagine the work that you're doing will be put in place to withstand any other type of climate event that we have.
Yeah, these locations will be fine.
Okay.
We're also in the process, we are looking at that whole stretch to see what can be done through, hopefully the upcoming budget will include another erosion control project for fiscal year 24-25. And then we're already looking at see what can be done to make some improvements along that stretch of Mulholland to prevent further issues.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Okay, given that, any objections, colleagues? Hearing none.
moved.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second to Dr. Davis's motion?
A second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Mr. Knight, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Vice President Villegas to move item number 6 forward and forthwith.
We will take a roll call vote on item number 5, starting with you, Madam President,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Corsand,
Aye.
and Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 5 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Very well. All right, Mr. Smith, you're good to go. Or is it
Oh,
one?
sorry, one more. Thank you.
Oh, one more. Where are you? Where's the
Item
next?
15.
That's right, it is 15. Okay, colleagues, we are continuing 6 through 14, and we are now moving to item 15. This is item 15, a request from the Bureau of Engineering and Council Districts 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11, and 13 for a revised construction order erosion control for hillside damage fiscal year 2023-2024 project. Authorize the city engineer to issue a revised construction order for the project with a NTE amount of $642,421.18. And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay,
thank
Mr.
you.
Smith.
Yes, thank you. So this project, this is, I just mentioned that we do an annual road control project. The city management and funding an annual projects, and we've been doing this. We're hoping this is going to continue for the upcoming fiscal year. On November 13th of 2023, we did advertise and award the erosion control project for hillside damage for fiscal year 23-24 to Mike Perlich and Sons with an initial contract amount of $181,065. The original construction order had a not to exceed amount that was set at $250,000. As I just mentioned, this project tries to implement erosion control and flood mitigation control measures throughout the city through sections of pavement which have been identified to be damaged. And this is done to prevent further damage and further protect the right-of-way and protect potential damage to adjacent property owners. And so we've been doing this for several years now. The contract work for all this was completed on January 3rd of 2024 for this project for fiscal year 23-24. And after the contract work is completed, we leave the contract open through the rainy season to address any issues that come up. We work closely with our oversight committee to utilize the funding that's provided. So like this last year, the foresight of the oversight committee, they actually put $3 million into this account for us to be able to address any other issues that came up. And fortunately, we didn't have to use all of that. So during the rainy season, we did have 7 additional sites that we did address. And during the process, we did 2 increases to the not to exceed amount to the construction order. The first one was increasing it from $250,000 to $406,781, and that was issued on December 15th of 2023. Then on February 14th of 2024, we increased it up to the $500,000 limit of the city engineer's authority. Then we issued change orders to cover these 7 additional sites that were addressed through this project. And then we thought we were done. We thought we had that $500,000 left us with sufficient contingency to get us through the rest of the rainy season. We were very confident of that. But we did get approached on February 16th, 2024, by the Bureau of Street Services. They requested that we secure and have our contractor on this project purchase 75 pieces of 20-foot-long K-rail and delivered to their Sunland yard. Working once again with the Oversight Committee and the Bureau of Street Services, we had that taken care of. And the contractor had a cost of $142,421.18. So that took us over the $500,000 limit to the City Engineers Authority. So the point of this motion was to increase the project's contingency to pay for supplying and delivering this K-rail, and additional funding in the amount of $142,421.18 is available to support this work through Fund Number 540, Department 94, Appropriation Unit 94, YC18. So we therefore do move that the board authorize the city engineer to issue a revised construction order for the project with a not to exceed amount of $642,421.18. That concludes this motion. I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, for that. I fully aware of what those carrels were used for and are being used for. So thank you for that. Any questions, colleagues? Dr. Davis?
Yes, and this one as well, in terms of the completion of the project, what is our anticipated date of, or time of completion for this particular project on erosion control?
It's completed now.
Oh, it's already completed. Okay.
Yes, we completed. We always try to complete the contract work first, and then we leave it open to get through the rainy season. This year, because of the expiration of the on-call contracts, we did they expired. We have the new contracts in place, but the other ones expired on March 28th, so we closed it out on 28th of March.
How do we know, in terms of the work that we do in erosion control, where we need to implement work or provide service? Do we have a map that indicates it, or is there a routine practice that we have on hillside properties that allow us to do it? Or
Yeah, that's an excellent question. We don't have a map, but our division responds to we get requests from several different departments, divisions, agencies to evaluate and look at different issues around the city. And what we do each time we're asked to look at something, we do a field investigation report. So throughout the year, we're doing these different reports and looking at all the different sites. And then in the fall of each year, we go over everything that we've accumulated in the last year. And we also go back and look at projects or sites that were not funded for further improvements in the current budget or the current fiscal year. So we have a list that we keep, and then once again we generally everybody's so busy that we don't have time to do it, but then hopefully it slows down a little bit in the summer months. Then we sit down and go over that list and then prioritize, see which ones can get addressed by erosion control. And through the erosion control project, we try to address the smaller little issues around the city. These are typically placing sandbags, maybe constructing asphalt berms, or doing little or smaller kind of retainment structures. And then the bigger projects, they're more standalone, and that's what we submit to each fall to the, through the budget process. We submit all of our backlog of projects, which I believe we got still got 45 or so projects, major projects that need to be undertaken, hopefully in coming years. And we're optimistic to see what's going to be in the budget for us, hopefully this week or early next week.
great, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Mr. Smith. Any other questions? Any objections? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 15 forward and forthwith? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second? Thank you, VP Villegas. Mr. Knight, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by VP Villegas to move item number 15 forward and forthwith.
And thank you. We'll take a roll call vote, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 15 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Smith.
much. I do appreciate you keeping my items on the agenda today, because we do got to get our contractors paid.
No, I know you work on an emergency order all the time, so
Exactly.
figured.
So thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Mr.
everyone.
Smith.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good week also. All right, colleagues, moving on to item number 16. This is a request from the Bureau of Engineering in Council District 12. Rebid San Fernando Road widening at Balboa Road. 1, reject all bids for the project. The Bureau of Engineering will pursue additional funding with other city departments and return to the board to re-advertise the project at a later date. And this morning, we have Mr. George Juan here. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
All right, good morning, commissioners. And my name is George Huang from the Bureau of Engineering. We're here with for the San Fernando widening at Balboa project. to request for a reject the bid. And with me, I have our project manager, so Aman, and he's gonna
Okay.
brief
Got
the
it.
project.
Yeah, you can make it comfortable.
Appreciate it. Does that sound okay? Does that sound better?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Aman Malik, and I'm with the Bureau of Engineering. Today, I'd like to brief you on the San Fernando Road Widening Project. To quickly provide some background information, this is a federally funded project. The scope of this project includes widening San Fernando Road to provide an additional southbound right turn lane to reduce traffic in the area, and to provide a safe pedestrian access route to the intersection by constructing new sidewalk and ADA curb ramps. This project was first advertised and awarded to HIM Engineering on May 25, 2022. However, the city decided to cancel this contract, which was approved by the board on March 22, 2023. Then, on November 1st, 2023, we re-advertised this project with a city engineer's estimate of approximately $2.17 million. We received 2 bids, with the lowest bidder coming at 37% higher than the city engineer's estimate. We recommend that we reject these bids for 2 main reasons. Firstly, because this is a federally funded project, we reached out to the funding administrator to discuss the possibility of obtaining additional federal grants to cover the higher bid costs. After some coordination meetings, it was determined that this project cannot receive the additional federal funding. Secondly, on federal projects, there is a requirement for each bidder to meet the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise or DBE goal. For this project, the DBE goal was set at 22%. BCA conducted a preliminary review of both bidders and projected that each bidder pledged no more than 2% as their DBE commitment, which falls significantly below the DBE goal of 22% for this project. Normally, if the bidder does not meet the goal, they must submit a good faith effort or a GFE, where they must show that they have advertised to all the subcontractors in the area that are certified as a DBE. During BCA's initial review, both bidders submitted incomplete GFEs. If we were to award a contract to either one of these bidders, then we would have to submit their GFEs for review to Caltrans, who would ultimately reject them both due to them failing to meet the DBE goal and their incomplete GFEs. This will result in the loss of federal funds. This will result in the federal funds we are using for construction to become ineligible for reimbursement to the city. Overall, in the interest of time and to avoid any additional escalation costs, we recommend that we reject all the bids for the San Fernando Road Widening Project and to re-advertise as soon as possible. Thank you. That concludes my presentation. I am available to take any questions that you may have.
Thank you for that. What was your last name again, sir?
Aman Malik, M-A-L-I-K.
Malik. Good to meet you. Is this your first time presenting to the board?
Yes, this is my first time. So
Well, you're doing a great job.
appreciate it.
Welcome. Okay, Dr. Davis.
Yes. Thank you, Malik, for this. Is it Malik, the last name?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for this presentation and explanation of why, in fact, the Bureau is recommending a rejection. My work here is around a comment on it to say that I support the Bureau's decision. And I think that Con Ed ought to maybe perhaps talk to some of our prime contractors who are having difficulty achieving what is required of us to do this work. There are some contractors who are consultants that do business with the City of Los Angeles, in particular Public Works. Jacobs is one, who have success at being able to identify disadvantaged businesses. I would suggest that some of these firms that have had difficulty consider hiring some help to help them to achieve what they ought to rightfully achieve if they want to do work and construction work specifically that is funded by the federal government. So again, I don't have a question of you. I just want to say I support the decision of the Bureau. And when the board is ready, I would definitely move this item.
Any objections? Any other questions, actually? Hearing none. Any objections?
Oh, just a.
Sure.
Just a comment.
Vice President Villegas?
Yeah, I appreciate your sending this to our board. Sometimes we get Bureau of Contract Administration come at the very end and saying that the contractor was not able to fulfill all of the federal requirements, and then we're at a different point, right, where we have a disagreement with our contractor, and we have to withhold this money because they didn't comply with everything. So appreciate that you're at least letting us know in the beginning so that we're not in that conundrum and later.
Of course.
All right, VP, I think Dr. Davis put a motion up front. Is there a second to Dr. Davis' motion to move this item forward and forthwith? Thank you, VP Villegas. Mr. Knight, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Vice President Villegas to move item number 16 forward and forthwith.
Very well. We will take a roll call vote on item number 16, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 16 is approved and will move forward forthwith.
Very well. Thank you so much, Malik, Mr. Malik and George. Of course, thank you for bringing this forward. Both of you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
All right, colleagues. Moving on to item number 17 and 18, we do not have any presenters, correct, Mr. Knight?
Yes, that is correct. They're
Okay, it's
administrative.
two administrative items. Today, we have item number 17, specifications submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids in Council District 14 for the Boyle Heights, Cesar Chavez, Great Streets, Britannia Street, and Evergreen Avenue, work order E1908099, for an estimated amount of $10,382,247. Bid receipt date Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. Is there a second to my motion to adopt this item? Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Mr. Knight, there's a first by me and a second by Commissioner Reyes to move item number 17 forward and forthwith.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
Item 17 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Very well, thank you for that. Moving on to item number 18, this is a partial release stop notice to LA Steel Services, Inc. LA Steel Services, Inc. is transmitting a partial release of stop notice in the amount of $65,191.20, reducing the total stop notice of $105,320.27 to $40,321.82 for work done in connection with the Soto Street Bridge over Valley Boulevard and Union Pacific Railroad. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item?
Second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Mr. Knight, there's a first by me and a second by Vice President Villegas to move item number 18 forward and forthwith.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote on item number 18, starting with you, Madam President.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
Item 18 is received forthwith on unanimous approval.
Got it. Thank you so much for that. Mr. Knight, does that clear today's desk?
Yes, it does.
Very well, colleagues. It is 11:30 and this meeting's officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the week.
11:30, that's great.